I think we have to reassess the whole situation, A, B, C, the division of the territories in Judea and Samaria into territories A, B, and C, where A would be under complete Palestinian control and C would be under complete Israeli control, both civil and security, and B would be under Palestinian civil control, but Israeli security control. The Palestinians have completely blurred those lines already. They've started taking over a lot of the territory in C, which is they're not supposed to according to the Oslo Accord. So as you said, they've been breached thousands of times already. So yeah, we probably should, come up with something new. Come up with something new there. Yes.
It has to do with the issue of incitement, because the West believes that because of extremist incitement, the Palestinians have not accepted Israel. First of all, the ideological ship is a very heavy one. Trying to change its course is almost impossible, especially when the ship doesn't want to change course.
But Palestinism wasn't conceived. We have to understand that. I mean, if we have to. The penny should have dropped a long time ago. Palestinism's sole function is the elimination of the Jewish presence. There's no mystery about that. Even to talk about a ship at this point, that's its whole function. It's not a ship; it's a torpedo.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That is. Sorry if I interrupted your flow. So.
No, it was important, an important comment. The second thing is that I am not complacent with the possibility that Israel would be pressured to a Oslo-like arrangement, again, by the West, by the UN, by the promises of peace with the Arab countries, Abraham Accords, etc. Which let's consider Saudi Arabia for a minute. Saudi Arabia is it's presented as the moderate Arab countries model, let's say. And let's pretend that we accept that. Tomorrow, if the Muslim Brotherhood manages to kill the royal family and take over Saudi Arabia, which is not that far-fetched, then Hamas would have F-15s. So we have to be very, very careful and very shrewd not to be pressured into short-sighted arrangements.
Which we haven't proven to be for a long time.
I think it's very, very important. As we said already, you're a negotiator. So the Abraham Accords, the Emirates and the other countries that have entered into the Abraham Accords didn't do it to benefit Israel. They did it to benefit themselves.
Of course.
They are getting a lot out of it. They want Israeli technology. They want Israeli know-how. I mean, Spain just announced that it's imposing an arms embargo on Israel. But what about if Israel imposes an arms embargo on Spain? What is going to protect the president of Spain's plane, if not Israeli technology, right? All the planes, the European presidential jets are protected by Israeli technology, so take it easy.
I would like to mention that like the UAE entered the Abraham Accords for its own benefit, so did Turkey warm up the relations with Israel in the beginning of the century. And we see where Turkey is today. We should acknowledge the threat of change of government in those moderate countries, and the let's call it development of Islamist tendencies, which they are brutally suppressing these days. But like Morsi in Egypt managed to get to power and to be the president of Egypt, he was an extreme Muslim. The same could happen in Kuwait and in UAE and Oman, like it happened in Syria.
Well, Syria is a different country. It's not really a country. Let's start with that. It's not, it's like
Which Arab
Arab.
country is?
No, Qatar in the sense that, of course, Qatar is just a clan, but
Exactly.
all the Emirates, and Qatar, they are all one clan. Each country is one clan.
Actually, the
So
Emirates is 13 clans.
is it? No,
That's
but
that's why they are united.
each emir is in
Right.
charge of one
Right.
clan. That's what I meant. I mean, they're like a confederation of clans,
Right.
right? So yeah, so that's what I mean. It's not like Syria or like in Africa where you have these countries where they drew lines, arbitrarily and cut through tribes and joined together tribes that despise each other, like the Houthis and the Tutsis and so on and so forth, and caused a lot of bloodshed down the line. And Syria also, there's Alawites and there's this and there's that, and we've heard also in Judea and Samaria that there are clans in the Hebron area that want to withdraw from the Palestinian Authority and have, like, an emirate, like to have their own little canton, where they will be in direct relations with Israel and have an Abraham's Accord with Israel. So that
I'm,
is another option for Judea and Samaria, to break
Mm.
up the Palestinian Authority and break it up into, clans where each, tribal head, chieftain, or whatever we call them, will be in charge of a certain area, which they are in charge of anyway, and that's how
Mm.
that
De
society
facto.
works
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
So you
Mm.
have Jenin and you have Nablus and you have Hebron, and they have their own clans in those areas, and they can, cooperate with each other. And then, Israel will be in charge of the whole security. And that way, then we might be able to regain some kind of semblance of security control over Judea and Samaria.
I'm pretty sure that will be met with an iron fist from the Palestinian Authority, excuse me, and huge opposition from all over the world. And mind you, what we think of, actually, what the West thinks of as moderate Palestinians, the PA, first of all, are not at all moderate. They have the same objectives that Hamas had. But on top of this, Hamas enjoys about an 80% support in the West Bank. What would prevent them from taking over the West Bank, like 4 miles from Ben Gurion Airport?
Well, what
Six
would prevent
miles.
them from taking it over is the fact that we are there. Just like in Gaza, until the disengagement, Hamas didn't take over because we were there and we had our finger on the pulse. Because we did that stupid and evil disengagement and we got out, very soon afterward, there were these elections, right, where Hamas won. Elections in those countries, in those places, is one man, one vote, one time. That's it. They don't hold any more elections. That's it. Mahmoud Abbas was elected 20 years ago for a 4-year term. He's in the 20th year of his 4-year term, right? Why? Because they know Hamas is going to be elected. If they held elections, Hamas will win. There's no question about it.